Okay. Wow, 3 topics, one night. And this is with me working. Just wait till I stop working and I do this kind of part more full-time-ish, I guess. So I was watching The Outer Light, and Outer Light kind of reported this, and that's where I caught onto it. Now shout out to Outer Light Ed, but like my little shout outs matter. He's big. Okay, so if you go to my Gab, you can see and go ahead and watch this video. I should be putting down descriptions and links to everything, but we keep going on to different topics. Holy smokes, look at all that crap. Those are my files, and I showed the wrong thing. Here we go. Haha. Okay, you can't see my files now. How about that, FBI? All right. Yeah. Okay, so if you see and if you want, I'll go and copy this, copy link. I guess copy link location. So that is for Ed's Outer Light YouTube video about it. That's where I learned about it. So missing CDC Lead Scientist. Now this scientist responded to outbreaks of Ebola and Zika. So, and if you're responding to it, that means you're working on those types of things. Now those are very high profile viruses. So he's not just some, he was promoted to captain. So he's not just some CDC random scientist. He's like one of the lead scientists if they're putting him out there. He's a researcher. So, I mean, this is like I think Tech Move responded to a comment. This is like Stephen King level territory of, if you've ever read The Stand by Stephen King. I mean, this CDC scientist, researcher, he calls in sick. So he leaves saying he's sick from work. And that's one red flag right there. And now he's missing for 2 weeks, 2 whole weeks, and you can watch a whole bunch of videos on it of like and how is that not like a red flag? This guy works with the Ebola and Zika viruses along with others that probably aren't very public knowledge. You don't get to know what he works on, and he goes missing. No one knows where he's been for 2 weeks. Not only is that a big national security issue, it's I mean, yeah, maybe this. Okay, so there's so many theories, or I guess hypotheses, what could be happening. But here's something on CBC News, and you can go and click on this to see where it goes. And of course, it goes to CBS. This is the actual. A
$10,000 reward is being offered,
and you can watch it. It's on my Gab page. It's basically like Twitter, what Gab is, if you don't know already. So I took a little bit of this and pasted it. So it says his next door neighbor, Viviana Torres, says Cunningham said something odd to her husband the day he went missing. He told my husband to tell his wife, me, to erase his cell phone number from my cell phone. So a CDC scientist, lead researcher, who works on Ebola virus, Zika virus, calls in saying he's sick, goes home. But the day before he does this, he tells his neighbor to tell his wife to erase his cell phone from her cell phone. So whatever the narrative it is that mainstream media is pushing, whatever narrative is, what is that? I mean, things are like conspiracy theorist in me is going psh, 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 you've got like the conspiracy theorist in me saying, okay, he found out something was going to happen and he ran. He just left Dodge. He's getting CDC lead scientist researcher money. He got promoted to captain of whatever it is that he's doing. That's some serious money that he's getting in there. And I think he's got what, 2 houses or something, probably one where he lives and one next to the research facility. I don't know. You could look into it. That's what this is all about. Look into it. I look into things, but you know, I can't look into everything. That's why I'm hoping people look into some stuff and they come on here and share what they found out. So he calls in sick, but he tells his neighbors, he goes home sick. He calls his neighbor, he tells his neighbor saying to tell his wife to erase his cell phone number from his wife's cell phone. This is pre-planned. My thinking is that's pre-planned signal. He wasn't sick. But you know what? If he was sick, he was seriously sick and it was from some type of virus or whatever. Why isn't national security on top of things? Why is he still missing after 2 weeks? This is a outbreak potential. If you ever watched Outbreak, that movie, or this read The Stand, I mean, this is how it all starts. Some guy who does research on viruses, this is what happens. But from that article, and that's CBS News saying it, he left on his own accord and he didn't want to be found. I have a feeling that we're going to see him soon. Hopefully he's not dead. And he's probably going to leak something. I mean, he knows that people who leak things aren't necessarily held in very high regard from the government. So if he left Dodge, he left the US in order to leak whatever information he found out that he thought, hey, this is worth more than the money that I make. This is worth more than the job that he loved doing. That he pursued his entire life to obtain and attain or whatever. He left it all. Now he's a wanted man. He's a fugitive in a way. I mean, there's protocols for any CDC researcher, especially in that position of his, working on probably some top secret shit, to disappear like that. He's not going to keep his job if it's not a legitimate reason. There's no legitimate reason, really. There's protocols in government. You don't just leave like that and not tell anybody. I mean, there's reward on him being found. It's that bad. He's thrown his life away by doing this. There's really no justification of him having things go back to normal. So that being said, there's a high likelihood he found out something that he wasn't okay with. I mean, there's no other way. His morality, his code of ethics got the better of him somehow. There's no other way around it I can think of, especially if the account is true of what he told his neighbor to tell his wife to do. This guy is leaving Dodge. He got the fuck out of Dodge for a good reason. So we're going to see more about him some way or another. He's probably trying to find a way for safety first and to leak information out. That's all I can think about, is that it's people need to find him. And I mean, if it is the official narrative, they don't know why, of course, but if he is sick, he needs to be found and contained. If he isn't sick and he premeditated his leaving, that means there's some heinous stuff going on that he wants the public to know that the CDC is doing. Anyways, there's nothing else I can tell you about this. Everything else would be conjecture. I would say go ahead and investigate, find more information on your own, and if you find it, definitely come on and let's talk about it. Okay, so that's it. I may do one more. Actually, yeah, let's do one more. And after that, I guess we'll kind of have like an open topic, or maybe just talk about any topics I discussed or anything of your own before James Manatalk starts his live stream, because he can go on a little bit with his monologues. Okay, so people who are in live chat, viewers, go ahead and stay on. I'm going to switch to the next topic, and then actually, you know what? Let's just do an open topic till James gets on. All right. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.